I'm a self-made multimillionaire, and I've learned a lot about money. I also learned that your relationship with money can change how effortlessly money shows up into your world. I've also been able to make $1 million in 10 months, and I've decided to put together 5 hacks for you to start doing right now. Let's start with number 1. How bad do you want it? Get clear on how bad do you really want it. Those clients who are patient, coachable, and willing to do the work, and they know exactly what they're going after, guess what? They get the results. They're willing to take what I tell them what to do, and they go and strategically implement them, and then they're like, hey, I did that thing Shamina said to do, and guess what? It works. This will help you make money so much faster because you're taking action on things and implementing them right away. There's no time for the doubt, the self-sabotage, and all that crap to come up that's gonna stop you from getting the things that you want. There's only one option. It's gonna work. There's no plan B. The clients that make the most amount of money, and I'm speaking from experience, are the ones that follow what the mentors tell them to do. Now, I was in a coaching program once, and I did exactly what my mentors told me to do. And guess what? This was the first time that I made $1 million. They said to me, Shamina, we want 100 more of you because you did exactly what we told you to do, and it worked. I'm like, oh, well, you told me what to do. I hired you to tell me what to do, so I did what you told me to do, and it worked. And so when clients come to me and they do exactly what I tell them to do, and it works, and they make the money, and they have the success, I just say, it's working because you're doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. And you gotta also trust that it's gonna work out. But if you're sitting there with a doubt, I don't know if it's gonna work, I don't know if I'm doing this right, and you have all of these things that come up, they're gonna affect the results that you're having because you're not trusting the process. You gotta bet on yourself. You gotta bet on yourself. When I hired those mentors, I wasn't betting on them, I was betting on me. I was following what they told me to do, but I knew I was gonna win. So you gotta have that mentality that you are gonna win, that you're betting on yourself. People are just giving you the tools to get the results that you're looking for. The people who have extraordinary wealth, they're betting on themselves and they're not playing it safe. So ask yourself, are you actually going all in on everything that you're doing? Are you playing it safe and well below what you could be creating as far as wealth right now in your life and business? Number 2, just receive the money. If you're able to receive, you're allowing yourself to be worthy of receiving what's out there for you. If you are unable to receive, you're blocking how much could be coming to you. And sometimes receiving is the hardest thing for most people to do, just generally in life. And so when you take that mentality or behavior and put it towards money, guess what? They're blocking their money from coming in because they don't know how to receive. When you learn how to receive, you're saying yes to more. Maybe it's someone offering to buy your drink, someone opening the door for you, giving you a compliment. Allowing yourself to receive is allowing yourself to have the more. So receiving builds this momentum. As you receive, more comes in, you feel great, you're vibrationally in a place of, I always get what I want, I'm receiving. And then you're gonna create this cycle where you're allowed to put it out in the world and you know that it's going to come back to you. You're open to giving, you're open to receiving. It's allowing the flow of the cash and you're just opening and expanding how much receiving you're going to be doing as you move forward. So look at all the places you're saying no to abundance and start opening them up and start receiving. I had a girlfriend once, we'd go out to eat and I would want to pay for her dinner. She'd be like, no. I don't want you to pay, because she had a hard time receiving. She didn't want to owe anybody anything. And I had to basically tell her, listen, I get this one, you get next. It's not a big deal. But she had such a hard time in the other areas of her life because she had been a single mom. She'd been doing everything on her own, that she didn't want to owe anybody anything. And she didn't want to feel, and I can relate to that too. She didn't want to feel like someone had something on her and that she owed somebody something. So she would just say no every time somebody offered to do something nice to her. Listen, start receiving. Start receiving. Where are you blocking your abundance? Open it up. Someone let you in, line. And for men, it's a little harder because men want to provide, they always want to give. But listen, if somebody offers to do something, say yes, just do it. I mean, obviously, it's got to be something that you feel comfortable with, right? But if you know that the thing that's stopping you from receiving it doesn't make any sense, just say yes. Number 3, the universe responds to energy. When we say feel it real, speak it into existence, act as if it's happening right now, we're changing our energetic state to what we're being right now. We're changing the frequency of who we're being, how we are emitting right now when we're saying these things. So when you get into this state, remember, I speak about this all the time because people let their human and their past experience get in the way of creating the state that they want to be in right now. And it's so hard for them to stay in this state because they go back to being humans again and they go back to their patterns, their cycles, their old programming, and it takes them out of the state of being in abundance. This is where you need to be within reason, right? I mean, if you're having a bad day, you have a moment, it's okay. You just have to get right back into the state again. All's not lost. You just got to keep bringing yourself back into it. This is why our emotions are really huge to creating our quantum leaps, because who you're being and how you're feeling in this state that you're in is going to create the reality of you propelling yourself into that future state of who you are way faster, because it's easier for you to quantum leap into that version of yourself when you're in the state of what you want. But if you're in the negative and you're in the worry and this is not going to work for me, well, you're just kind of like pushing yourself really back further away from the thing that you want. And your chances of quantum leap are going to be much harder because you got to take all that crap with you, and you're not going to leap very far. You're going to kind of maybe take a little hop, if anything, or probably move backwards. Wealth is not a reward for hustle. It happens when you're in alignment. Remember, if you haven't watched one of my other videos before where I talk about being in the state of, you've got to get into the state. Money doesn't change you. Money doesn't change the state that you're in. You might have a blip where you feel like, oh, I feel good now, but it does not make you feel like you are wealthy. You've got to get into the state of feeling wealthy and know that nothing from the outside can change that. With or without it, you're still going to be wealthy. You're still going to feel wealthy. That's the trick. That is the key. That is everything. Focus on being in vibrational alignment with abundance rather than grinding and hustling endlessly. That's not what it is. Just because you're working really, really hard, guess what you're admitting? I'm working really, 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 really hard. I have to work really, really, really hard for money. That's not what we want. We want to change into the state of, I'm wealthy right now. Number 4, heal your relationship with money. So one of the best ways to create this abundance blueprint for money is to start figuring out where are your triggers around money. Where are they, and how can we rewire them? How can we heal them? How can we get them to a place that you don't get triggered anymore when it comes to these things when it happens with money? When you heal your relationship with money, you're lifting the limits. You're taking yourself beyond. You're going beyond the infinite, the flow. When you heal your relationship with money, you get to the root of the issue, and then you can understand, why does this pattern keep repeating over and over again? I'm a root issue type of person. I like to go back to, where did this belief start? Why do we still have it? Because if we can't change the beginning, then we're just putting band-aids along all this stuff along the way. And subconscious minds or subconscious energy is going to keep bringing back the result that we don't want. So get to the root so you can shift it and change it. Anything that does not support your financial growth, you need to figure out why. Why is it there? How to get rid of it? What do we do with it? Money does want to come into your world. Money does want to come to you. You are able to be in a vibrational match to money, but the universe will continue to reflect whatever we are in, that whatever frequency we're in. So you've got to be really conscious about the frequency that you're in. So I like to get rid of all those root issues. That, get my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman. This book is going to help you get to some of your issues and really figure out, what are the things, why am I feeling this, and how can I move through it? Number 5, shift from control to trust. We've got to let go of micromanaging how money shows up into our life. This is so, so important. Trusting the quantum field is going to deliver the money, and just get into the state. Like I'm telling you, if you are an abundant thinker, you're never going to be thinking about the lack, because you're always going to keep believing that it's showing up for you. The quantum field will over-deliver to you. It'll give you even more because it's infinite. Stay open to that. I see this with my clients all the time. They will see success very linear. Once they start working with me and they get to that expansive place, more money's coming in than before. The most amount of money they've ever made in their business, because they were thinking with such linear lens the whole time, and it was keeping them stuck with the ceiling on top of them. And then when we start expanding into the more, they're like, wow, there was so much more. Their ability to attract more wealth expands. And guess what? This is where their quantum leap happens. They go from making X dollars a month to making way more than that. This is where their highest cash months come in, and they're like, this is the most I've ever made. Well, we took the limit off. We took that ceiling off. We allowed you to go and get as much as you want out there, because it's infinite. And it's not going to take you years and years and years to get this result. You could have your highest cash month next month if you start implementing the stuff that we teach. When you trust the success is going to happen, guess what? It's going to show up way faster than when you doubt it and look for all the issues that could go wrong. Listen, I talked about my book just now. Go and get it. Unlocking the Quantum Woman. It's going to be a game changer for you. Go ahead and also leave your girl a review if you loved the book. I would love to hear from you. If you have not subscribed to my podcast, Unapologetically Rich, that's also going to be an amazing, amazing tool for you every single day to have me in your ear. Also, if you have not joined our Quantum Woman group on Facebook, go ahead and do that. We also have a 3-day event, and we call it the Highest Cash Months. If you have a business, this event is for you. You should jump in right now. Go join the event. It's a 3-day event we're having, and it's going to be one of the things that you're going to start seeing where I've been thinking limited and where I can start thinking more expansive and start having my highest cash months. Also, go get some swag from our shop. When you have a sweatshirt that says more is coming, or if you have a journal that says it's happening, guess what? You're going to start believing. And when you're journaling, when you're doing this work, you're going to start getting to an expansive state. I like to surround myself with all the beliefs of things that are happening. If you feel like this video is going to help somebody, please share it. Also, I want you to drop below that you're ready to receive, because we're ready to receive big money. All right, stay tuned for the next video. Bye for now.